Namaste. Welcome to Blessing Ready with Commander Ank. In this program, we celebrate divinity. We celebrate life full of divinity. And continuing in this series, today we are with Seema Narula, a beautiful soul, a very compassionate and very humble person, completely devoted to humanity at large. आइए मिलते हैं। सीमा जी, आपका स्वागत है।
Thank you, Uncle. Thank you so much. I really don't know what have I done to deserve this, to be in sitting in front of you and talking like this.
सीमा जी, मैं चाहूँगा कि आप अपने चाइल्डहुड से अपनी इस जर्नी के बारे में थोड़ा सा ऑडियंस के साथ शेयर करें।
Every daughter is too attached to her father, and so was I. He was and he still is my pillar of strength. Whatever, most of the things I have learned, I have picked up from him. So basic कुछ बातें पापा की हमेशा याद रहती हैं, and I tried to always follow them. For me it was कि I always wanted to make him proud. So always tried to do whatever would please him, whatever would make him happy. And since he has seen a lot of struggle in his own life because of the partition and everything, so he wanted to give us the best. So he tried his best. He had his younger brothers and the entire family to take care. And the one thing which he told me always, and I still carry it with me, is that money doesn't make anyone better or less human. So if you are rich, if you have money, never treat anybody badly, because उसमें तुम्हारा कोई रोल नहीं है. अगर मेहनत करने से हमें पैसा मिलता तो मजदूर से ज़्यादा मेहनत कोई नहीं करता जो 4 ईंटें उठाकर ऊपर लेके जाता. So पैसा है, so be thankful, always be thankful. So I still feel कि जो दिया है, money is his grace. कोई कहते हैं कर्म ही है, कुछ है, but that is what. And शुरू से कोई खास पूजा पाठ घर में डैड ऐसे रिचुअल नहीं था, तो I never grew up seeing that. मंदिर में पापा के पास सिर्फ एक शिवजी की मूर्ति होती थी, बस साइज तक की. वो उसके आगे सुबह धूप जलाते थे और उसकी भस्म नीचे इकट्ठी करते थे, सुबह उसी का तिलक करते थे. और हम लोग मंदिर में माथा सिर्फ एग्जाम डेज में टेकते थे. वो कोई फोर्स नहीं करते थे रोज़ करना है नहीं करना है. एंड ड्यूरिंग आवर स्कूल हॉलीडेज, समर हॉलीडेज, वो 5 संडे हमें बंगला साहिब गुरुद्वारे और 5 मंडे गौरी शंकर के मंदिर लेके जाते थे. एंड दैट हैज़ ऑलवेज बीन my connection with God, going to the Gurudwara or going to Gauri Shankar temple. He could not finish his studies, so he could not achieve what he wanted to achieve for himself, because छोटे भाइयों को पढ़ाते थे और चाचा जी हमें कहते थे कि मैं भाई साहब छाते से पीटते थे अगर हम नहीं पढ़ते थे, कि मैं अपनी पढ़ाई छोड़ के तुम्हें पढ़ा रहा हूँ तो तुम ठीक से पढ़ो. So I was fairly intelligent student in school. So dad wanted me to do IAS, but I think destiny had different plans than that. So I did appear for my prelims, cleared that, but then I didn't appear for mains because I found my husband in college and we decided to get married.
But before we get to that, in our private conversation, you were mentioning you also used to speak to various things.
Yes.
At home.
Yes.
How did
I had always been, since we were a nuclear family, me and my brother are almost 7.5 years apart. At that time, I don't know whether it was God or Guruji, but yes, I had always been talking to myself. घर पे कोई नया फ्रिज आ जाता था तो स्कूल से आके पता चला आज फ्रिज आया है, तो खाना लिया और खाने की प्लेट लेके I would sit in front of the fridge. अच्छा डैड आपको लेकर आए हैं, थैंक यू, you will pull this for me, thank you, I will put fridge in, ice cream in you, thank you. So that has always been there. एंड स्कूल में खाने के लिए सिंस मुझे होता था पढ़ लूँ, तो जो मेरा लंच होता था वो इनवेरेबली जो हमारे वो जो पीएन थे जो बेल बजाते थे स्कूल में, उनकी डॉटर को मैं देख कर आ जाती थी कि ये तुम खा लेना, मुझे नहीं खाना है क्योंकि मम्मी बहुत सारा खाना देती, इतना मेरे से नहीं खाया जाता. And I had always spoken to plants and I thought I was the only fool around. कभी पौधों से बात कर ली, बाथरूम में बैठ के बाथरूम की दीवारों से बात कर ली, अकेले बैठी हूँ तो बात कर ली. हाँ वो like at that time I would not address कि God or कुछ, but I was in constant conversation with nature, I can say that.
Which is beautiful because nature is also God in a way.
Yes, I think, I don't know, whatever he did, मुझे लगता था कि if I tell this to somebody, people will think she's mad कि बातें करती रहती है अकेले. But I still enjoy my company. I love being with my own self and I still love having conversation with my own self. चीज़ों से बातें करते करते खुद से बात करती थी, and then I don't know when and how, but I developed this habit of disconnecting myself. If something unpleasant is happening around, I don't belong there. I would create my own happy zone in my own mind where everything is perfect and I'm happy, and that used to be it.
This happened automatically?
It used to be that just pull yourself away from that situation कि ये है ही नहीं situation. I would create an imaginary world for myself where everything is hunky-dory as per I want it. Everything is perfect and I'm happy. And I would always be happy. Then things won't bother me. Whatever is there, I would just deal with it and disconnect. I would just be with my own self. Nothing to worry, nothing would bother. I would not say nothing would bother. That would be a lie. Because as a human, हम emotional भी होते हैं, upset भी होते हैं. And losing my father was the weakest point and my most emotional point till today, because I was always very attached to him, and he and I had a very beautiful relationship. He would talk to me about everything. Rather, my connect with my mother started only after losing dad, and I was 30 years of age when I lost him. But he never wanted to suffer, and God granted him that will, because my grandparents really suffered, so he never wanted that. So
how did you cope with this loss?
My brother was very newly married, and it was just 10 or 15 days of his marriage. That was the 2nd of August he got married, and 23rd August we lost dad. So there was so much of responsibility to look after being the eldest child in the house, that for the first 4 days, 5 days, it didn't even sink in that what is happening. It was more like, okay, I have to manage this, I have to look after mom. But when I came back home to my own house, I didn't want to go back, because I knew that house will not feel the same. But at the same time, the thought came that dad would be upset seeing me like that. I need to be responsible for my mom now, since he is also not there. That is how I started building my connection with mom. She was working. She wanted to just stop wearing everything. I would not advise. I would only remind her subtly of that how would he want her to be. I would not force her. I would not preach her or anything. And then slowly things started falling in place, and I thought nothing could hurt me more than that thing. It still hurts, but I know he's in a better zone. He's with Guruji Maharaj, and he's happy there because he's worshipped him all his life. Being the Shiv Bhakt, he's always been that. Very quick, छोटी सी चीज़ एक शेयर करूँगी. After I got married, I came here, and यहाँ पे सबके अपने अपने भगवान थे. I was married into a big joint family. We were almost 42 people living in the same house. Coming from a family of 4, coming to a family of 42, it was a big change, drastic change for me. But then, as I used to create my own world, I was happy there. So whatever was happening never bothered me. So my Jithani, who is a Krishna Bhakt, my husband's Chachiri, she was also a Krishna Bhakt. So Janmashtami और कृष्ण की बहुत पूजा, बहुत बात होती थी. And my mother-in-law was Radha Swami, so she didn't believe in any idol puja or any भगवान. तो कुछ था ही नहीं. So one day, बॉबी के छोटे चाचा जी ने मुझसे क्वेश्चन पूछा कि ये जैसे तुम किसकी भक्ति करती हो? And I was quiet, क्योंकि मैं कोई रिचुअल फॉलो नहीं करती थी, कुछ नहीं करती थी. हाँ, नवरात्रि ज़रूर रखती थी, क्योंकि मुझे वो वाला खाना खाने में मज़ा आता था. तो 4th स्टैंडर्ड से सारे नवरात्रे का फास्ट रखती थी, पूरे 9 दिन. बट क्योंकि वो मम्मी बड़ा स्वाद खाना बनाती हैं, सो दैट्स इट. लेकिन उन दिनों में भी कोई पाठ करना है, मंदिर रोज़ जाना है, आई नेवर डिड. आई डोंट नो, बट People might judge me on this, but then that's how I've been. And Mama, uske baad, he kept looking at me and I kept wondering what answer should I give him. Then Papa ke mandir ki image mind mein aayi. And automatically I just told him, I'm Shiv Bhakt. I didn't even know what it means to be a Shiv Bhakt or what is a Shiv Bhakt. But then gradually the drift happened. क्योंकि मेरी जेठानी वो कृष्ण जी का करती थी तो उनके साथ वही करने लग गए. कब कहाँ छूटे कुछ पता नहीं. But then that is how it has been. And after coming to Guruji, I stopped fasting. एक सत्संग सुना था कि महाराज कहते थे कि व्रत नहीं करना चाहिए. So I just left. मेरी कज़न ने पूछा सब छोड़ दिया तूने 4th स्टैंडर्ड से रख रही है. You are now 40 plus. I said जब मान लिया उनको और उनकी नहीं मानी तो फिर फ़ायदा नहीं, तो छोड़ दिया. कुछ बुरा भी नहीं लगता. I told गुरुजी ऐसे गुरुजी अब तो नराते आते हैं चले जाते हैं पता नहीं चलता. पहले तो पूरी खेती बाड़ी खेती वो जो ये करो पूजा वूजा होती थी तो पता चलता था. तो tell me तो he put the thought in my mind कि 9 दिन फिर सत्संग कर लिया कर. So now I do that. Every 9 days continuously sit with Maharaj ji, 1 घंटे की playlist चलाओ. That's it. That is how the journey has been. Getting married into a joint family was a challenge. Sharing the bathroom was a big challenge with 15 people. You were wondering when will your turn come. It was a very tough, very difficult time. And then people would, there was a fight कि कमरा नहीं है, ये नहीं है, वो नहीं है. But now if I look back, I don't have any regrets. I think I enjoyed being there also. वो भी एक पार्ट था, सिखा दिया मालिक ने कि ऐसे मीन्स में भी सर्वाइव कर सकते हैं. There is no difficulty. It is only our mindset. Once you have made up your mind कि हो जाएगा तो वो हो जा. And with His blessings, I think God has been kind enough.
So things changed when you had your children?
Yes. Things changed when I had my children. I had my daughter pretty early. On my first anniversary, I was always already a mother. Everything went very well. She was 4 years of age when we decided to have another child. That was a try period for me. I didn't know there is something called ectopic pregnancy. But I had that. And being this young age, you're not so careful about your health. उसके स्कूल के इंटरव्यूज थे चल रहे थे दीक्षा के एंड आई वेंट टू द डॉक्टर कि शी सेड लेट्स डू द प्रेगनेंसी टेस्ट बिकॉज 5-6 दिन प्लस चल रहे थे सो आई डोंट नो whether I am pregnant or not. So then I just started spotting. So she said let's do the test. The test came positive. She said you're not moving. आप ये एक दवाई लो, ये इंजेक्शन लो and complete bed rest. Not even going to the bathroom. ऐसे हो नहीं सकता. आज उसका स्कूल में इंटरव्यू है. Both parents have to be there. If I'm not there, she'll be disqualified. So I'm not staying home. She said चलो 2:30 बजे तक तो रुको, जब तक नहीं जाना है तब तक complete rest करो. Complete rest किया. We were there. I had an collapse there in the school while we were waiting for the interview. Complete blackout. I passed out there. Regained consciousness, went to the washroom, came back, gave the interview, came back, went to the doctor. She said, I will not allow you to leave. We need to do an ultrasound. And हम जैसे सोचते हैं कि डॉक्टर है पैसे बनाने के लिए कर रही है. I didn't pay much attention to her. I said, no, I am going back home because कल इसका कामल कॉन्वेंट में इंटरव्यू है, मेरे को जाना है. She said, you will have to sign LAMA before leaving the hospital. We will not risk it. We signed LAMA without even thinking what it is. Came back home. Next day, I went to another school. But yes, of course, I was not feeling well. I was feeling sick, nauseatic. उस दिन हम इंटरव्यू से वापस आए. My mother-in-law said, you are going to the doctor. Another gynec, I've taken the appointment and you are going. And I told her, I'm too tired, I'll go day after. But she forced me to go. So we went there. And when the doctors did the ultrasound, she said, you're not even getting her from this table because your body can go into shock. And we can lose you right now because you're inside your body, there's just pool of blood. All your organs are covered with blood. So they did the surgery at 11. I don't know what God had in mind. But it was a very painful recovery. very painful, and I suffered for 2 years, didn't realizing that I was still bleeding continuously for 2 years. Again underwent a surgery, and that was a very, very painful. They had to put a drain on my stomach to, abscess nikalne ke liye. That was a turning point in my life, because my chote mama ji, again, he was like a father to me. Very close to him I was. Because I remember both my parents being working, he used to pamper me the most. सारे टॉयज वो दिलाते थे. किशमिश मुझे बहुत अच्छी लगती थी, तो वो किशमिश ज़रूर लेकर आते थे जब मुझसे मिलने आते थे. और जब ख़त्म होती थी तो आई वुड ओनली टेल हिम कि मुझे और चाहिए, बिकॉज मॉम वुड से कि इतनी नहीं खानी. He would pamper. So he was like second father to me. He came to me and he says, I know तेरे को तकलीफ है, पर रोने से नहीं होगा, कोई पाठ कर ले, जो तू पाठ कर लिया वो कर ले. And I looked at him and I was blank. And I told him, मैं तो कोई पाठ नहीं करती. And the look on his face was shocked. He said, तू कोई पाठ नहीं करती? And I said, नहीं. अब वो next 3 दिन मुझे दर्द नहीं हुई, सिर्फ ये थॉट चलता रहा कि अच्छा मुझे पाठ करना चाहिए इसका में. The look on his face told me कि नहीं, कुछ तो करना चाहिए. And then I thought of Gayatri Mantra, because that is the only mantra my father had taught me. So I started doing that. Whatever the health commands were taken care of by God. I came back. We went back for the checkup, and doctor said, we thought, yeah, we want to have the second baby, because my husband wanted a son, we wanted to try son or daughter, but we wanted the second child. She said, if I was you, I would not even think about it. So just forget it. So 2 years as it is, we had to wait because of the 2 major surgeries. Again, whatever God plans, we have no clue about it. And I read a very beautiful quote some time back. We humans have the ability to make God laugh. When we plan, He laughs.
You can say that again.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So we humans, we have the ability to make God laugh. When we plan, He laughs. So I thought, let Him plan and let me laugh.
Let me laugh for a change.
So I didn't want to plan anything. My daughter was almost 9 years of age when we went to a doctor, and I told my husband, I said, now if we want to have second one, this is the time. Otherwise, she's going to be too old, and that it won't be the right time. How everything fell in place. I read about an article about IVF. We went to a doctor, and she said, we can try. I said, first try mein nahi ho sakta, second karni padegi, third hoga. And she suggested some other means of conceivement. I said, no, I don't want to waste any time. It is going to be IVF. If it happens, it will happen in Israel. If it doesn't happen, we're not going to plan again. And that time, I'm talking about almost 22 years back, it was still very rare. Now the IVF is pretty common. Very painful process. And I would tell my husband, I hope the child realizes when he is born what his mother went through. He says, it's your choice to go through. Don't put this burden on him. Which was again a lesson for me. I should not expect him to be grateful or thankful to me, because I chose to go through that. It is I who chose to go through that treatment.
Which is so true.
So, आपकी अपनी expectation का बोझ आप किसी और पे नहीं ला सकते.
No.
It is your own thing. You have to learn to take the responsibility of your own choices or decisions, whatever you do. And then God was kind enough. I conceived in the first try and blessed with a son. He's 20. He's going to be 22 now in September. His grace. And he has been a blessing in my life. And yet to meet a person who can be like him, not only because he's my son. It's very difficult to find people like him. Very, very difficult. And he's been my strength since then. Weak point and strength both, because he's my emotional weakness. But the way he conducts himself and the way he'll tell me it's okay. He would not speak a word, but if he would know that something is bothering me, he would just come, hug me, hold me for 2 minutes, not more than that, 2 minutes. And that would be enough. That, okay, he understands that I needed that help. I think he has replaced my father, because that's what he do. That's what he used to do. And now my son is doing that. So thankful to God. Because I believe कि जब हम कहते हैं कि मालिक की मर्जी के बिना पत्ता भी नहीं हिलता, तो हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते. Whatever happens in your life,
challenges in respect of your daughter also?
Coming in touch with God in my heart, He has always been there. It was me who realized that He's there. God has always been there, inside you, inside my heart. But हमें को नहीं realize होता. हमें इतने उलझनों में, अपने ख्यालों में, लाइफ में खोए रहते हैं, अपनी रेज में, whatever you may call it. उसके बाद मालिक ने जो ठहराव दिया, गुरु मेरे लिए तो भगवान गुरु जी ही निकलेंगे मुझसे. So सब बदल. And my daughter, she was 29 years of age when she was detected with cancer. And it was just 2 years I had lost my mother-in-law to cancer, and I had seen her suffer for 6 months. Terribly. Terribly means terribly. She was in ICU in Max Hospital for 3 months. Then we created a ICU at home for her. And those 6 months, my life was just confined around her bed and in my own house. I did not step out of the main door because I realized she needed me. वो कुछ बोल नहीं सकती थी, ट्रकोस्टमी थी उनकी. बट नर्स उनको जब भी रायल्स ट्यूब में या आईवी में इंजेक्शन लगाती थी, she would always look at me and then look at her. Are you aware now what she is giving me? Because that was the kind of bond she and I had. कि वो कोई दवाई किसी डॉक्टर से लेकर आती थी, मुझे दिखाए बिना, पूछे बिना, she would not have. My husband used to get very jealous. He would tell her कि, she doesn't look like your daughter-in-law. मुझे लगता है कि मैं आपका son-in-law हूँ. But yes, been blessed to have a soul like her in my life. And then she introduced me to spirituality a bit. Because she had taken naam from Radha Swami Babaji. And she would get up at 2:30, meditate. And मुझे लगता था कि this is the way to be. And she had seen many challenges in her life. But the kind of woman she turned out to be, it was something I always admired. And I wanted to be like that. Rather than giving in and cribbing, learn to say. And I realized that she was drawing her strength from the Naam, Diksha and her Guru. So I learned that from her. Just hold on to the God and you'll be good. There is nothing to look back. There is nothing to feel scared. Whatever it is. And all said and done, हम जो मर्जी कर कह लें, ज्ञान की जितनी मर्जी बातें पढ़ लें, जब खुद पे बीतती है तो as a human being, you are shattered. And when my daughter's report was positive, and that happened to be her birthday, the day I got the news that I'm blessed with a daughter, I got the news that she's got cancer 29 years later. It was a very emotional thing.
Disturbing experience.
Very disturbing. And the flashback of mom just kept coming back. And I could just replace her with Diksha. And being a mother, it wasn't a happy place to be.
No.
So, by Guruji's grace, that time, I had him in my life by that time when this happened. So I just told Guruji, I said, Guruji, everybody is telling me that you need to be strong because she had a 1-year-old child at that time. I don't have strength in me. You being my strength. That used to be the only prayer I had for Guruji. Guruji, you just be my strength because everybody is expecting me to be strong and I'm not strong. I'm broken. You be the strength in me, and whatever test you are giving, you only have to help me to sail through it. And how those 6 months passed, I don't have words. It was like a party time at home. We would go, get the chemo done. Corona had started. Everyone was at home, lockdown. We would cook. And my daughter at that time was looking for a passion. What should she follow? And she found that while she was going through those treatment, people lose their hair, they start looking bad. She started making small short videos of herself. She had the passion of laying the table and entertaining people. I'm very fond of cooking, so she learned that. She started styling the tables and she started making those videos. And people would comment on it that why are you always wearing a headband? Then she wrote back once that I'm, battling cancer. The battle will be over soon. And she had prayed to Guru Maharaj at that time, okay, Guruji, I don't want to look ugly and lose my hair. And Maharaj being Maharaj, he granted even that to her. She lost her hair from the middle, but the hairline was so intact that she could just pull back those and nobody could know that she doesn't have hair. So having God in my life, how it changed my life, I think it changed me. It just gave me the calm I needed in life कि नहीं हो जाएगा. Gave me the strength to sail through the challenges. My karmas, अपने अपने कर्मों का फल है. What we have to go through, we have to go through. That helped me to go through a lot of things in life.
Let me know your views on something that I keep thinking about. हम लोग भगवान से जुड़ जाते हैं, अपने गुरु महाराज से जुड़ जाते हैं, और उसके बाद में लाइफ में सफरिंग्स आती हैं, तकलीफें आती हैं. इन दोनों को रिकॉन्साइल कैसे करते हैं?
Yes. गुरु महाराज के आने के बाद और acknowledging the divinity present in you, which is already there, क्योंकि हम सबके अंदर शिव हैं, तभी हम इंसान. सभी कहते हैं कि जब शिव चले जाते हैं तो शव रह जाता है. So if we are alive, that means there is God in us, there is divinity in us. It's only us we need to acknowledge. And the moment you acknowledge that divinity in your own self, it becomes easy to deal with the situation. You're at peace, you're at calm. You know that गुजर जाएगा, जो भी है गुजर जाएगा. You're not battling, you're not struggling. And when you're not fighting something, आपसे सामने वाली चीज और इंसान कितनी देर लड़ लेगा? It will give up sooner. Sooner. When you fight something, then there is a struggle. Okay. What is more powerful? The demon in you or the God in you? Because I personally believe that if we are human, we don't have all positives in us. अगर सब पॉजिटिव होता तो हम भगवान होते, सब नेगेटिव होता तो हम शैतान हैं. हम इंसान हैं, तो we all have our strength and flaws. So, I think भगवान को जानने के बाद अपने अंदर के आप अपने फ्लॉज को सप्रेस करना, इग्नोर करना सीख जाते.
आपको लगता है जो डिवाइन आपके अंदर है वो इन सब तकलीफ़ों की वजह से और ज़्यादा समझ में आया?
हाँ, आपको
कैसा फील है?
जब हमें स्ट्रेंथ की ज़रूरत होती है, शक्ति की ज़रूरत होती है, and when you know कि you can just fall back on something taken for granted. जैसे एक बच्चे ऊपर से कूद जाता है because he knows कि father will catch me, he will not drop me. Same is the divinity in you. पता है कि मालिक है, भगवान है, गिरने नहीं दे. And it's enough. And it's enough.
बहुत ही शानदार तरीके से आपने अपने अंदर के इस डिवाइन को एक्सप्लेन किया. अगर आप हमारे व्यूअर्स को कुछ मैसेज देना चाहें तो क्या बोलेंगे?
किसी को मैसेज देने की मेरी तो कोई औकात है नहीं, बिकॉज आई एम स्टिल अ वर्क इन प्रोग्रेस बाय गॉड. स्टिल लॉट टू लर्न इन लाइफ. और मुझे लगता है कि हर किसी से कुछ ना कुछ सीखने को मिलता है, और अगर हम सीखने के लिए तैयार हैं तो ठीक है. द डे वी नो कि वी नो इट ऑल, वी हैव रीच्ड द डेड एंड.
वेरी वेल सेड. थैंक यू सो मच. आप कुछ कह रहे थे?
एंड मालिक से मुझे लगता है, मैं जो अरदास करती हूँ सिर्फ उनसे ये करती हूँ कि मालिक आप अपनी भक्ति और प्यार देना. पहले ये कहती थी, आजकल कहती हूँ मालिक भक्ति और प्यार दो चीज़ नहीं है. आप अपनी भक्ति में डूबा हुआ प्यार दे दो और प्यार में डूबी हुई भक्ति दे दो, काफ़ी है. इट्स मोर देन एनफ. We only need to acknowledge the divinity. Bhagwan to kanakan mein, as we all say. Just stay connected to God, and that's more than enough.
Seema ji, it was a pleasure talking to you, listening to your beautiful story. Your life indeed is a celebration. Please let it continue for as long as Guru Maharaj decides. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Jai.
Entire team of Blessing Ready is proud to be associated with Anything Will Do, a non-profit organization working towards humanity. If you would like to be associated with Anything Will Do, please follow the link given in the description below.